Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Blossoming Soul Tarot. Today's video is going to be your January 2023 general prediction. I'm very excited for this reading. This is the first monthly prediction that I'm doing here on my channel. This is just my second video. As you can see, I have these three cards here for you to choose from, and these were randomly selected, of course, and whatever information they have, that is going to be the base for your reading. This is exactly the same method that I used in the previous video. Those were the blessings and challenges for 2023. So if you want to watch that one and you missed it, just go to my videos and select that one. And yeah, so now you just have to choose between group 1, 2, and 3. I like to put like the exact same cards. I don't like to put any other distraction elements because I want your choice to be all about your intuition. So if you look at the cards, although they look the same, if your intuition pulls you towards card number 2, then that is definitely the message that was meant to find you. So just like I said, you just have to choose between one of these three cards. You can pause the video if you wish to think a little bit more, and the timestamps are down below. And make sure you don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading and if the reading was helpful to you in any way, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. So yeah, now without further ado, let's hop onto the video. Hi group number 1, and welcome to your reading. I am very excited to do this reading with you. As I said in the introduction, this is my first ever monthly prediction here on YouTube. So yeah, let's see what January has in hold for you. This is your first card. This is a tarot deck. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. It's a beautiful deck and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So your first card is the World. Wow, group 1, you start in such an amazing way. This is one of the most amazing cards in the deck. It's one of my absolute favorite tarot cards. This is the last card on the Major Arcana, and it's a card of completion. You, just like you can see here in the card, you have completed a cycle or you're about to complete that cycle. So probably January is going to be a month in which is kind of interesting because it's the first month of the year, and this card just shows that January is going to be such an amazing month for you. It's going to be, for some of you, a month in which you are ending a chapter of your life and looking forward to a new one. This could be related to your career, could be related to love, to just something personal in your life, could be related to anything pretty much. We will see further on the reading which cards you get, and if we can find out more about this cycle that is going to be complete in January. As you know, this is a general reading, so there are lots of you that are not going to see this situation in your life coming full circle in January, but what you can expect if you chose this card is that January is definitely going to be a month in which you're either completing a cycle, completing something, and feeling successful. This card is about success, is about getting to the end of something, achieving a certain goal that you have. And for many of you, this is something very important. if you don't come to the end of this cycle in January, then this probably means, and this will be accurate for some of you, that in January you will be, let's say, you'll be going towards this. You will be coming closer to this. You will take a few steps more towards your goal, and you're definitely going to notice that because this is a major arcana card, so it's a very, very important card in your set of cards that are about to come out. I'm 100% sure of that. This is an amazing start for you. So let's take a few more cards from this amazing deck and see what else Tarot has for you. So, January prediction, group 1, January prediction for group 1. What can group 1 expect in January? Wow. We have a lot of cards here. I'm just gonna take this first one and these two. Yeah, so just like you saw, this was the first one that came out on top of a big group of cards that slid from my hand, so I just chose this one, and then another two came out. So I have 3 other cards here for you that I'm going to show you in just a moment. Your second card is the Death card. Sometimes the people are scared by the word death, but this deck is amazing and shows that this card is not about something bad. As you can see here, it says death and rebirth. So this death is not it symbolizes a rebirth. It symbolizes that something new is going to happen. You're saying goodbye to the old and hello to something new and amazing that is going to fulfill you in every single way. It's very interesting that you got this card right after the World card. It's very, very interesting because, just like I said, the World card means the completion of a cycle, and you just enjoying the success and then looking forward for what's next. And what's next, it's something big as well. Your January group number 1, I have no words, and only 2 cards have come out. But yeah, this is going to be a very big month for you. You're going to come to the end of a cycle and going to a new one. Your third card on the tarot was the 9 of Cups. This is also a very, very positive card. The cups are a symbol of love, and I'm seeing here that January it's definitely going to be a very fulfilling month for you, group 1. You are going to feel very successful in some way. You're going to be some of you are going to make a huge achievement, and this 9 of Cups, it's like winning the lottery. And why not? Maybe some of you will win some money on the lottery. Some of you will just have the feeling of winning something, of just the universe gifting you something that you really, really wish for, whatever that is. You're going to feel very joyful. Some of you are going to start to manifest your dreams, so January could be a good month for you to start working on manifestation. And it's going to be a month of abundance and change and success. So for now, you're gonna be very, very lucky in January, group 1. So the last card you got on the tarot was the Page of Swords. Let me just put it right here. And the Page of Swords could symbolize yourself, which makes a lot of sense, having in mind this other 3 cards that you have here, because the Page of Swords, well, actually this is a suit of cards that is very much connected with the air signs. So if you are an air sign, you can take even more seriously what is on this reading. And this Page of Swords here just backs up what is here, just like I said. It has a restless energy. It usually represents curiosity, just like you can see here. The girl on the image is reading a book, and there's something sparkly coming out of the book, so she's very curious about something and she's learning things. So you're definitely going to learn a lot from this rebirth that you're gonna have, from this big change that is coming your way. And you're gonna be, this is gonna be a very good month for you to learn new things. So if you've been thinking about starting like a course, or just starting reading a book on a certain topic, January is definitely the month to start this. And yeah, we have already a lot of information, but we still have a few decks to go through, so let's see what else we have. So now we're gonna go to this deck right here. Let's see what else we have. Wow, already 1 card. Let me take it from here. So January 2023, group 1. January 2023. Okay, this group is having a lot of cards, and this is already destroyed. So we have 4 cards. So I'm going to show you all the cards that came out, and then we'll see one by one. So you have Round and Round, A Change in the Wind, Soulmates, To Be Fair, and those are the 4 cards that you have. We'll see. Okay, so the first card you got was Round and Round. This is a card about cycles as well, which is very interesting given that you have the World card. So we're gonna put it right next to this card. This card could actually be also connected to this card right here, the Death card, the Rebirth card. And that is because the Round and Round card is not about completing a cycle. It's about breaking the cycle. It's about sometimes going through the cycle again because you didn't learn a certain lesson, or there is something else that you need to do on a certain matter. So for some of you, just like I said right in the beginning, this circle or this cycle will not be complete in January. And that is because you still have some lessons to be learned, you still have some things to do. Then you also have this card, A Change in the Wind. It's getting a bit dark right here. I'm working with natural light, so just like I said, a change in the wind. There is definitely some sort of change coming to you in January, because as you can see, you have the Death card, which means a big change. You also have the World card, which is the end of a cycle or the completion of a cycle. and now you have the change in the wind card, so you're definitely going through some kind of change in January. This could be a change related to love because you have the soulmates card. This could be any kind of change, but what I see here is that this change is probably going to be positive. This could be related to friendship or a romantic relationship, something, any kind of relationship that involves a lot of love and caring for the other person. So I would say that this change for some of you, this could be a message for some of you, you could be having a change related to love in January. This could be you finding your soulmate. Sometimes that happens without you even noticing, because that could be a friend of yours, that could be a coworker, could be anyone, pretty much. For some of you, this could also mean that a relationship that you already have is your soulmate. It can mean that this is a relationship that is going to help you grow a lot as a person, and it's just in general a very, very beautiful card. And then last but not least, on this deck you also have the card To Be Fair, which is about justice, it's about balance, and for sure that with all this change, all this excitement, you're going to need some balance, and that balance could come from love. It could definitely come from the person that is on your side, or from a friend that is going to help you go through all this excitement and join you on your happiness. And since we're talking about love, nothing better than a little love deck. So let's see what you can expect in January 2023. What can Group 1 expect in January 2023? Group 1 expect in... Okay. We have 3 cards. The first one is miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. So you're definitely having some sort of blessing regarding love. Just like we saw here, the universe is gifting you with something that you've been wanting for a while now, and that something could be related to love. Just like I said, this could be friendship, could be a romantic relationship. They're all kinds of love in this world, fortunately. So that is definitely a blessing coming your way in January. Then we have ask for help, what you really need, be willing to accept support. This card is definitely asking you to ask someone for help, maybe during this rebirth that you're gonna have, or if you're really deciding on starting a course, maybe ask someone that you know for advice. Or if in your case, this could be also related to love, because I see that there is some kind of situation in love here in January for you, Group 1, and this could be that you're either going to ask someone for help in something regarding love, or you're going to help someone. You could help, and helping someone is a way of showing love. And this could be anyone that you love. For example, you could be helping your partner on something that they really want to achieve, and that could lead to you realizing that you could be soulmates, or that could bring you together even more, could bring you closer. And then last but not least on this deck, true love. This love is once in a lifetime. So okay, if there is still any kind of doubts in this reading, group 1, January is an amazing month for you. If you haven't found love yet, this is going to be the month. So, and don't forget that sometimes you find love and you don't even realize. So if it's not obvious, don't think that it didn't happen, because you might have met someone that you're going to fall in love later on in the year, or maybe you already have this person and they are going to do something for you, maybe that it's going to make you realize that they are a very special person and that their love is real, which is an amazing thing. So yeah, looking very good so far, group 1. We're actually going right towards the end of the reading. We just have one deck left. It's this card. It's a self-care deck. I think it's very important for you to have in mind that you need to take care of yourself, and in a monthly prediction, I think it's always good to have that kind of thing in mind. So I picked this deck to do that. So let's see what you, group 1, will have to focus on in January. Self-care for January, group 1. Self-care, January, group 1. Oh, there is a card coming out right here. That's going to be the one. So, beauty ritual. Yeah, so just like you can see here in the imagery, January is going to be a month for you to definitely take care of yourself. Maybe you're not feeling as beautiful for some reason. That happens to everyone. So take a little time for yourself and maybe start a skincare routine. Buy yourself some nail polishes and paint your nails in a very bold color that you've been wanting to use for a while, or to buy for a while. Just try on some makeup. Do something that makes you feel beautiful, something that makes you feel confident. That is going to be your self-care ritual for 2023, for January 2023. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this reading was accurate. I hope you have an amazing January. As from what I can see here, you definitely will. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if this reading helped you in any way or shape or form, and subscribe if you want to see more. I guess I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. This is the card that you chose, so let's see what's underneath. So you got the Four of Wands. That is a very, very happy card, let's say. As you can see here in the image, I'm going to put it a little bit closer to you. These two girls are having a blast. This is a very positive card, so it is very good to start off with this one. So this reading has everything to go well. The Four of Wands, just like I said, is a card about celebration, prosperity, happiness, and this means that your January is going to, in general, be a very happy month, a month in which you are going to do the things that you love. You could possibly be throwing a party, or maybe it's your birthday for some of you, or you are going to be attending someone else's party. And sometimes this card also signifies marriage, but this is only for a very small part of you. It could be that you are either attending a marriage, being invited for a marriage, or getting married yourself. Or maybe you're going to get married in 2 or 3 or 4 months, and January is going to be a month of big preparations and big decisions regarding that. It could also mean that you are going to have an important event that you're attending that could be related to work, for example. But we are going to find out more about what's going to happen to you in January with the next set of cards. I am using the Light Seers Tarot. It's an amazing deck, and we are going to see what else it has to say about your January of 2023. So I'm going to take 3 more cards. There were a lot more coming out, but that would be very confusing, so I'll take the first 2 and because they fell first, and then the last one that was a bit separate from the others as well. So the first card is the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. This is a card of security, determination. It's a card of being consistent, basically, on your progress. So it could mean that you're working on something or planning something, and this card is telling you that you don't need to rush things. Actually, you shouldn't rush things at all, even though if you feel the need to, don't rush things. Just go with the flow, and try to be more thoughtful of your actions. Try to not do things that are too risky, because with that determination and hard work, you are going to achieve your goals for sure. And I feel like either you're already feeling this, or you're going to feel that in January, but you're going to feel the need to rush something, and just don't do it. Go slow with things, whatever this is a project that you're working on, someone that is putting unnecessary pressure on you at work, or in a relationship. We'll find out more about this, but this is definitely about taking things slow and being smart in your choices. And that makes even a lot more sense with the Hierophant. This is a card about tradition, about not getting too much outside the box, let's say. It's a card about enlightenment, awakening. So this could be related to this Knight of Pentacles. This could also be, for some of you, this is a very specific message that I'm hearing. You could be, this Knight of Pentacles could be a kind of spiritual leader or guide that you're going to find, or that is going to find you in January. This doesn't mean that it has to be a spiritual guide exactly, but this could be that there is going to be someone in your life that is going to guide you towards something that you want to achieve. Someone that could be a teacher, or it could just be someone that is going to teach you something, that is going to teach you how to balance out things a bit more, and how to slow things down and think more about what you're doing instead of doing it right away. You're definitely going to have someone in January that is going to help you in that way. And for some of you that don't identify with this information, this could just be that you're learning some kind of lesson that you have to learn. This doesn't mean that it has to be bad. It could actually be related to this. You're going to learn that there is no point on rushing things, because it's not going to help in any way. That could be the lesson that you're learning in January. And last but not least, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Let me just put it right here. This is a card about achievement, and it's very curious that I mentioned this word a few seconds ago. It's a card usually about someone that has really worked a lot to achieve their goals. So what I see here, group 2, is that January is going to be a very important month for you to realize the best way to do things. And just like I mentioned, for some of you, there's going to be someone that is going to help you on that, and that is going to make you achieve your goals. And I feel like by the end of January, you could be achieving some kind of goal that you had for the month, or feeling happy about some kind of personal achievement. However, as we have two Pentacles cards and Hierophant here, I feel like this could be related to your career. Could be related with money. So for most of you, I think that is the case. And there is definitely going to be, for those of you, a personal achievement that you're definitely going to celebrate. So let's see what else January has for you, group 2. Okay, that one fell down. I'll pick it up in just a moment. And another one. Let's see if I can get one more. So we have 3. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let me just pick that one up. Okay, so the first card that you had was a change in the wind. Let's put it right here. So this card, I would say that this change could be related to your way of seeing things and reacting to pressure. It could be that sometimes you feel like you're in the middle of a storm and you're like, oh my god, how can I get out of here? How can I just slow down and do things in a more like steady pace? So I believe that you're definitely going to feel that shift in January, a shift to the way you do things, or the speed at which you do things, and you're going to feel a bit more prepared for that kind of situation of dealing with pressure. Then you also have card number 1 on the deck, which is the Young card. This card is all about masculine energy. So I would say that for many of you, this guide that you're gonna have. Let's call it a teacher, which could be literally a teacher, or someone that is going to teach you some kind of lesson or teach you something. And that could be a man, definitely, with this Yang card. And at least that's what I'm feeling. The masculine energy is usually related with movement and creativity. And I think that January is it's going to be all about movement for all of you. Group 2, we still have 2 decks of cards to go through. We're just on our second one, but although these are general readings and they work differently for all of you, you are going to identify yourself with some things and others of you with other things. But I definitely feel like, in a general note here, that your January is going to be about timing. It's going to be about momentum. It's going to be about having the power to make things happen, to taking action, but learning how to take action. Taking action doesn't mean that you have to rush things. It means that you have to start doing something about whatever things that you want to find a solution for. So last, we have the Breathe card. It's not focusing very well. Yeah, there we go. So this is once again a sign that you have to breathe. You don't need to rush things. Maybe this could be also a sign for you to try some breathing exercises. Some of you might suffer from some kind of anxiety issues, and it could help to do some breathing exercises, or to just take a break. Sometimes people, when they're very anxious or they're feeling nervous about something that they want to get done, they try to rush things. They feel like they have to do everything right now and it has to be perfect. And it doesn't have to be like that. I want you to think that done is better than being perfect. And it's never going to be perfect, because if you're a perfectionist, it's never going to be perfect. Because even when you think it's perfect, then you're going to look at it again and you're going to feel like, oh, well, I could have done that little thing a bit better. So even if you feel the pressure on doing something in January, just take a moment, breathe, do your breathing exercises if that's something that you like to do, or that you need to do, or just pause, literally pause. There is no point on working hours and hours in a row. There are some methods that you can search about that if you're interested. Some like study methods, for example, or working methods in which you work for a certain time and then you stop, and then you work for a certain time and you stop. And for many people that works. So maybe that's something that you want to look into. So let's see if there is what's there in love in January 2023 for you. Group 2. So love, January 2023. Okay, we have a lot of cards. Let's see, we have 4 cards. Wow. Okay. The first one is spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other. So this could be related to the person that is going to help you. I didn't mention that, but the person that is going to help you could actually be your partner, or it could be someone from your family, something from your circle of friends. That could be the person that is going to teach you something, or help you with something. Take the time to listen to what they're saying. Maybe it could not make a lot of sense for you at first, but just try to listen and give them the chance to explain whatever they want to explain to you, and then you can reflect on it and think what you can do with that information. Then we have choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. You have the choice to do anything, group 2, and you can always have that in your mind and should have that in your mind. Nothing is like, I mean, I know that we like to say that something was meant to be, and sometimes it maybe was meant to be, but in general, you make a certain number of choices that lead you to a certain outcome. It might not be related, and that is very interesting and fascinating, to be honest. But you always have a choice. Whatever that choice is, whatever all of the choices that you have are not so good or not so positive, or all of them are good, you always have a choice. At least you have a choice on how to react to things. So going back to what I said previously regarding your tarot cards, if you are feeling pressure on something, on doing something in January, or having something done, this can be, and let me just focus on this. This doesn't mean that it has to be someone like your boss, for example, putting pressure on you. This could be that you are putting pressure on yourself and that you're very hard on yourself. And I want you to understand, group 2, that you always have the choice to slow down. You always have the choice to do things in a different way. And this choose love could also mean that you have to choose to love yourself, or to spend more time with the people that you love instead of worrying too much about whatever things that you want to do. Then we have treasure your loved ones. Exactly. What an amazing card to come out right after what I said. It is important to love others deeply. Sometimes we are so focused on everything in life. Life goes by really fast, and sometimes when we notice 3 years have gone by, or 5 years have gone by, or a year has gone by, and we didn't spend enough time with the ones that we loved, and we only think of that when something happens, or when we start thinking, oh, for example, imagine one of your cousins that you don't see for a year or two. Maybe when you see them, you realize that you could have spent more time with them. So make sure you do that in January. January is going to be a month for you to spend more time with your loved ones and slow down a little bit. And then we have faith. Not focus. Yeah, that's it. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So this could... Actually, this card is making me think that you guys already know everything that I'm saying. You already knew about this. And maybe you were very much aware of this situation. And this is telling you to just trust your intuition. If you're feeling that you have to slow down, then just slow down. If you feel like you have to, just take a day off and do something that you really love, or spend time with your loved ones, then just do it. This card is a sign. And then finally, I think that for every month it's always interesting and it's always positive that you have yourself in mind, and self-care is very important. So I grabbed this deck, this oracle deck, which is a self-care deck, and I'm going to let you know, or give you a little guidance on which should be your focus in terms of self-care for January 2023. So let's see, group 2, self-care Okay. Let's see what we have here without destroying the rest. You have music. Yeah, so let me put it right here in the center. Music is about having fun, is about also relaxing. So I would say that this could have two meanings. This could be related to one of the tarot cards. I don't know if you remember the Four of Wands. It's right here. This can mean that you are going to have a party or attending an event that is that has music. So a musical event. It could be a concert. Or maybe this is telling that you should attend a concert. If you were thinking about doing it, then just go attend a concert in January. Or if there is a show that you really wanted to see, and the tickets are on sale, and you were just thinking like, should I go, should I not go, then yeah, this is the universe telling you to go. This could also be related to the relaxation and breathing exercises that I told you about a few minutes ago. Music is very good to relax as well. There are a lot of songs and a lot of music to help relaxing. You can make your own playlist to listen to whenever you're feeling anxious or stressed out. So yeah, music is going to really help you in January 2023. So group 2, we got to the end of the reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to just give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more pick a card readings, and just comment down below whatever you thought about this reading. And yeah, I see you on the next video. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. Let's see what we have here. Queen of Swords. Wow, I'm gonna leave the card here for a bit for you guys to see, because this is such a beautiful card. And from this card, I can tell that there is a lot of strong women on that side. So the Queen of Swords represents a very strong person, usually a leader. And my amazing group 3s, you are born leaders. You are very truth-seeking people. You are people that have very strong opinions, are very direct. You're most likely an air sign or have some air signs in your chart. I wouldn't be surprised if many of you work in communication or are very good communicators. So I see here that in January you will show the world the person that you are. You're going to be able to show that you're an amazing communicator. Maybe you're going to have an opportunity in your work to speak up about something. Maybe you are proposing a project, an idea, or maybe you are getting a promotion or giving someone a promotion, because you could also be the leader right here in this situation. But I see here that whatever decisions that you have to make in January, it doesn't matter whether they're big or small, you are going to make those decisions way easier than you could expect. So this is a very strong card to start the reading. So now let's see what else Tarot has for you in January 2023. Okay, one. January 2023. Oh wow. We have 5 cards. We have a lot of cards. Okay, I'm gonna stick with these. It's a bit more than what I wanted, but we can manage it. Alright, so the first card you got was the Four of Cups. I'm gonna put it right here. As there are a lot of cards, I'm gonna put them all in line and then we talk about them. We also have the Four of Swords, the King of Swords. Put them a bit more to this side. The Eight of Swords and the King of Cups. Let me see if I can fit them all. So we have a lot of cards to go through right here, but I'm gonna try not to say too much because we also have another 3 decks that we need to shuffle later on this reading. But the center of our reading is this Queen of Cups right here. This Queen of Cups, as I told you before, it represents a very determined person. And I see here a very interesting set of cards. As you can see, you have a great amount of a great amount of cards from the Suit of Swords. You have 4 Swords cards and then 2 Cups cards. So I see here a very, let's say, emotional reading. I see here an emotional month of January. Let's start here with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups usually represents a person that is not seeing something that is right in front of them. This could be an opportunity, could be about a love situation, it could be various things. But this usually means something in the lines of that. Being bored, just like this girl right here in the images, because she feels like she doesn't have the opportunity that she wants. Then you also have the Four of Swords right here. The Four of Swords is more about having time to relax, to do a bit of introspection, thinking about your life in general. I'm not going to get too much into these cards because, like I said, we have the other oracle decks coming up, and I want to make sure that we see on those decks if we get some more specific information, let's say. This is just to start and to kick off the reading. So I see here that in January, you are going to be looking for an opportunity. It could be work related. I feel like some of you might be having like an epiphany or a very interesting, like a light bulb moment. And you're looking for the opportunity and the right moment to put that to work. But I feel like you are going to feel frustrated because you are not getting the opportunity that you want and that you were wishing for. But I think that January is, with these 2 cards, it's definitely a time for introspection, for looking inside yourself, relaxing, meditating. You could feel a bit bored in the beginning of January. You could feel like things are a bit stagnant and that you can't really find out what you want to do. But with the Four of Cups, I see here that you do have something that you could do. It's just, it doesn't feel like the perfect thing for you. And the Four of Cups usually asks for you to appreciate what you already have and to not miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. And just because they're not exactly what you were expecting at first, sometimes you don't get like the exact thing that you want, and you have to work with what you have. And this is what the Four of Cups is asking you to do. The Four of Swords, actually, as you can see, we have two fours right here side by side, and these two really mean that the beginning of January is going to be a time for reflection, a time to see what opportunities you have and how you can work with what you have. And then I see here a very interesting set of cards. I guess you can see that too. We have the Queen of Swords, that was your first card, and the King of Swords. They're facing each other. These are two very strong cards. The Swords cards are a suit of communication, a suit of determination, strength, and I see here that in January you are going to have someone by your side that is going to see you for what you are, that is going to understand you very well, because they could not have the same or a very similar personality as you have, but they could have some traits of their personality that really go with yours. And I see here that this person is going to be very important in January. Just for you to have an idea when the time comes, the King of Swords usually represents a very intelligent and logic person that tends to go by the rules. Doesn't mean that is like general rules, but their own rules. They have a very clear way of thinking. Just like the Queen of Swords and just like yourself, they're truth seekers, and a very good communicator. If you work, this is just for some of you, if you work in communication or anything that involves a lot of communication, this could be talking about a coworker, it could be talking about your boss. And this just means that you are going to get along very well during the month of January, or you're going to come to an agreement about something. I guess we will have to see in the next cards. Then you have the Eight of Swords right here. The Eight of Swords is a card about, like you can see here, about feeling stuck. But in the mirror, I'm going to put the card a bit closer so you can see. So as you can see here, in the mirror, the person is tied and the birds are like pulling the strings. She is blindfolded, she can't see anything, she's trapped, she feels trapped. But as you can see right here, she doesn't have any of that. So you are going to have the feeling in January, this could be towards the end of the month, that you're trapped in some way. But in reality, you're not. This is just, could be if you have some kind of anxiety, or if there's something that is stressing you out, this could be that part of your brain working. It could be that you feel something that it's not real. It's about, and I think this card could also relate to the first one, it's about you actually having the things that you need. You just can't see them because you feel stuck or you feel like you deserve better. But in January, it's going to be a month. January is going to be a month in which you have to work with what you have. Then finally, you have the King of Cups right here. It represents a very different person than the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very logical person. And the King of Cups is a very emotional person. And I think that this is probably a balance that you are going to be looking for in January. I think that you're going to start off the month very introspective, very logical, and trying to work some things out with people. And I think that towards the end of the month, you're either going to have someone that is going to help you see things as they really are, and helping you see the balance and the stability that you're into, and it's going to boost your creativity in some way. And for some of you, this could maybe not be a person that is going to help you with that. It could also represent a trait that you are going to be developing towards the end of January, probably after all this reflection. You're going to feel a bit more patient. You're going to feel a lot more stable and balanced. And I definitely think that you are going to be dealing with very, very good people in January, people that are going to be very supportive, and they're going to lead you towards the right direction. Now let's start with the Oracle cards. Let's see what this deck has to say about your month of January. So group 3, January. Okay, we have 2 cards right here. Let's see. So these are the 2 cards that came out. So you have Go the Distance and Yin. So I think this card right here, Go the Distance, I'm going to put it right here because I think it's pretty much related to this card's. This card always reminds me of this phrase, a slow and steady wins the race, because that is exactly what this set of cards right here is talking about. It's not about doing things as you really wanted to do them. In this case, it feels like you want to rush things. You really want... It's not that you're rushing something. I'm trying to find the words to explain what I'm feeling right now, but I think that you... I'm going to give you an example that's probably easier. Imagine that you have a dream that you want to accomplish. Imagine that you want to work in a certain company. And right now, you're doing everything you can to work with that company. And anything that is not that, it's not working. And what January will be helping you with is understanding that things don't have... For you to feel like you're being successful and that you're moving towards your goal, it doesn't mean that you have to achieve it right now. You just have to take small steps towards your goal every day. If you're doing something that is aligning you with your final goal and your main goal, then you're doing it right. And January is definitely going to be a month for that. Then we have this card right here, the Yin. I'm gonna put it right here. I think it was group 2 that had the card number 1, which is Yang. That represents the masculine energy. This one represents the feminine energy, and which is about receptivity. It's about letting someone else taking the first move. So, as I see here, there are a lot of people represented here in your cards. This could represent people, just like I said, or it could represent different traits of your personality. You will be waiting that someone makes the first move, and that is the right thing to do. You shouldn't make the first move, although you are going to feel like you have to do something, you have to take action. Imagine that this is a job offer or something that you're trying to get, but you've probably done enough already, and you gotta know when to stop and to let the other person or the employer, for example, to take initiative. Sometimes it's better to work like that. and it feels like you have done everything you could so far, and now it's in somebody else's hands. And to be honest, I feel like everything is going to work out very well for you if you don't rush things too much and you just go step by step. So now let's see. To be honest, I don't see in this reading anything much related to love, or at least I don't see anything obvious. So for most of you, January is going to be a month about reflection, about going, about learning how to move towards your goals in a smart way, about having people supporting you and helping you achieving that. But anyways, I'm going to see what you have related to love in January. So let's see, group 3, love in January 2023. One card right here. Group 3, love January 2023. And the other one went to the ground. Let me just pick it up. So we have take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. All right, so this could mean several things, and I guess it will be different for pretty much all of you, because it could be about you thinking that you want to insist with someone that you love, that you want to tell them that you love them, you feel like you haven't showed them enough, but sometimes you have done enough and you have to wait for the other person to give it back. I see here that you might be going through that situation, that you're kind of waiting for the other person to respond to you in a more emotional way. You're trying to be a bit cold to that person in order to not hurt yourself. So I see that you could be some of you could be going through a situation like that. But I also feel like for most of you, this will be about you letting yourself be helped by someone that is going to show up and try to help you go towards your goal. And this take a chance on love is taking a chance on letting someone be supportive, and someone loving you that way and giving you love that way. But yeah, for some of you, it could also be about love, and it could be about that you have someone in mind and is telling you that you're not trapped. That person loves you. They're just probably not ready to show it yet because they're here. They're in a very logical place. I guess you both are in a very logical place. But I see that if you let go of your of all the problems and difficulties that that are going through your mind, you're going to end up in a place of love. So yeah, I see that in January you are probably going to be more open to love. Then you also have spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Yeah, this is just a very beautiful card. I don't even know how to explain what's here, because it has such a deep meaning. But it's basically what I said here. I think January is going to be about two main things, and now that we're going towards the end of the reading, I want to say this and to let this be very clear for you. I think it's about two main things. One of them is learning how to work smart towards your goals and not feeling stuck. And it's also about letting yourself be helped by other people and trying to understand and what foot other people are relating to you. So yeah, for some of you, just to be a bit more specific on the love situation, I think that January is the month to take a chance on something. Taking a chance doesn't mean that you're risking something. It just means that you're acting towards something. And I feel like this would be more towards the end of the month. The beginning of the month is more for reflection and understanding of what you want to do, and the end is more for action. I think that self-care is a very, very important thing, and that's why I have here the self-care deck that I'm going to use today. So let's see what self-care you should focus on in January 2023. Let's see what we have. Okay, you get 3 cards. The other 2 groups only had 1 card, but yeah, I'm going to accept these 3. The first one is create art. This is such a fun deck. I love it. The second one is connect with your ancestors. And the third one is make an altar. So in January 2023, this deck's advice, let me put it just right here so you can see the card. The universe is telling you that January is a month for you to be creative. You have 2 cups cards right here. The Suit of Cups is also about being creative. So I feel like you definitely should explore your creativity in this month. One of the possibilities right here is painting, but art takes all different forms. It could be drawing, it could be anything pretty much that is considered art. So yeah, you should definitely find something that lets you be creative. It could be just painting, it could be just that you buy one of those coloring books, and that could be very relaxing as well. It also asks you to connect with your ancestors. And maybe January is a month for you to ask your grandparents or your parents about the life, how it was like 30 or 40 years ago, so you can learn how things worked for them and see where your roots come from. Maybe you could be finding out that someone from your family is from a certain city and you decide to go visit it and feel more connected with that person in your life. This could be a very interesting thing to do, especially if you visit it with them, because I'm sure that they're going to have a lot of stories to tell you. It also is asking for you to make an altar. This is also something very interesting. And you can make any kind of altar just using anything that you want, and you can go there for inspiration. For example, you can have a place in your room that has a few crystals if you like, or a candle that you light up every day, that you have kind of a ritual of doing that every day. Making an altar doesn't have to be something religious. It could be just a little corner in your room in which you have a few things that you really love. You could have photos of your friends. So yeah, January is all about that. All about creating those rituals, things that will help you go into your self-care pretty much. And as I said, the other 2 groups had only 1 card, and for you 3 cards came out all at once. So this probably is also a message for you that you should really focus on self-care in January. So yeah, that's it. We are going to end the reading right here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you in some way. So like the video if it did, and if something resonated, leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of the reading. And yeah, I guess I will see you on the next video. Bye.